Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your unexpected reading for Two of Pentacles. All right, making some choices, being discerning. Your unexpected reading for essentially July 29th through August 28th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Shanetta's Divine Tarot. Much love and support to her, and hopefully you get a chance to check her out, show her some love and support as well if you like what you hear. This is intended for a romantic love read, but it may resonate in other areas of your life, such as money, friends, family, job, career, that sort of thing. Cancerian, what is your unexpected? Prepare yourself for what? What is it? Unexpected. There's that Two of Pentacles again. Interesting. Right. Hey, the Magician. Whoa. All right. In the hot seat. Page of Pentacles. Four of Wands. What? Oh. Three of Swords. Queen of Wands. Okay. All right. What else for Cancer? Just finding out an ex is getting married. One very small scenario. Very superficial scenario. So, is this about you learning something new? We got all this right here is, it feels kind of like starting over and having to adjust to a new normal. So figuring things out, learning new things, adjusting and adapting. We got 2 pages here, and that is disquiet. So things are in flux, much like this right here. The Juggler, the Two of Pentacles. This Page of Pentacles about Hierophant. So finding faith within yourself, realizing I can do it. I don't need anybody else, because we got heartache here. So what the heck happened? What's this page? 9 of Wands. This 4 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles. All right. So what's this 3 of Swords though? Because so far it's like, but see, here we have you being by yourself and needing to restore faith and stability in yourself by being on your own and knowing, having a sense of knowing that you can do it. Why? We got the Page of Wands and the 9 of Wands, and we got 4 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. What's this 3 of Swords about? Things have changed, and there's sadness over that. I get it, but what's this Queen of Wands about? Strength. And the Magician? This could be Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. What's Magician about? What's Magician about? Is this being disappointed that something didn't work out with a person? That you weren't able to work things out with someone? Is this things ending and you having to be, instead of you going in to fix it, you're having to be like, all right, I gotta be patient, I gotta wait. This isn't, thankfully there's only one major arcana here. I mean, there's some clarifiers, but there's only one major arcana here. So this isn't like it's the end of the world, but I think there's some disappointment here. Is it that you're dealing with someone that you feel like you've been with for quite some time and it hasn't progressed the way you liked it? You're kind of dealing with someone that kind of might be immature, kind of flighty, kind of not very committal, wishy-washy. There's delays and things going forward. They kind of want to remain a free spirit. Or is it that, are you two not on the same page, honestly? And you're wondering, okay, how's this going to work? Well, it's not. Here she comes. Oh boy, it's Teddy Whitey's. Okay. She's bringing her offering. Oh, why is it gotta be underwear? Freak. So this is, but do you decide not to? This feels like you end it because this is heartbreak over something that is not out of the wood. Like it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's something that could go either way. You might be taking a gamble, but you've got a relationship that you're working on, and yet because of somebody's lack of commitment or lack of interest, it's just not working out. But it's been over for a while, and you're having to just scrap. It's like, all right, I knew this could happen. It's just not worth it at this point. It's a lot of work, and there could be this element to where you don't feel like your contribution is valued, that they're not on the same page as you. You might feel there's this feeling of kind of being alone, even though you might be in connection with someone. This is a lot of work for you, and you might have been working on things and this and you just can't anymore. This is you just, I don't want to say giving up, but it kind of is. It's you stopping the effort towards something that is just not giving back what you're putting in. This person is just not that into it. And this is you deciding to end it. And instead of rushing back in there and fixing it like you always do, like you always go in there and show back up, this is, out of faith and resiliency and respect and honor and all of that, because you're a nurturer, this is you going, I just can't. It's been over for a while. Things have changed. I just can't anymore. I can't do for the both of us anymore. And this is you right here adjusting to a new normal and probably disappointed within yourself because you couldn't make it work, but you shouldn't have had to. And you'll know that, and you do know it. It's a crappy realization. And this is about you being patient, you having courage and strength, much like right here. But instead of going in and fixing it, this is about you staying in your lane and doing for yourself. This is a very good partner, a very dynamic partner. This is the goer, the doer, the person who has a lot of fun, the person that is inclusive, adventurous, everything. There's a natural fit with this person. Everybody likes to be around somebody like this, male or female. They make things happen, they provide, they're warm, and they're inclusive. It's awesome. And we got Leo here, we got Aries here. But that's probably your role in this relationship. We got 2 pages here. If there's anybody you do that for, it's kids. It's not your partner, unless it's a fit. Otherwise, you end up having just a bunch of kids instead of a partner and kids, And it looks like there's this resignation. You just don't want to do it anymore. You don't want to have to work on things. And this is you repeatedly showing back up to work and do the work of 2 people. And there's disappointment. And this could be a very different spin if we didn't have the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Cups here. So if those were different cards, this would be about, okay, we're in the beginning stages of repairing a relationship. But we got this here, This is you calling it a day because you just don't want to have to work that hard anymore in a relationship. And you're too good of a partner and you've got too much integrity to continue to throw good after bad or to they're just not that into it, They're just not that into it. So I'm sorry. And it looks like I'm not telling you anything new because we got disappointment and sadness over here that you couldn't make it work, that it's not going to work. And the realization also that unless you're in the driving seat, it doesn't happen. So this is you, because of that, this is you going off on your own and adjusting to the new normal, making some decisions. This is also realizations coming to you after the fact that, hey, you know what? They said this, but it was really this. They weren't telling the truth, or they were like, this is after the fact realization. For this context of this reading, this is after the fact realization that not everything was as it seemed. That there might have been a lot of look over here while I do this over here. Or here, I got you the things that you like. Now, are you happy? Can I go do what I want to do? That sort of thing. Because there's always going to be something they want to do. And here you are frustrated and waiting. And so this whole month is going to be about you continuing to learn to adjust to the new normal, building strength and resiliency and faith in yourself by learning new things, adjusting to your new normal, and taking charge of your life after this disappointment. And the realization that if I don't make it happen, it wasn't going to happen. I'm glad you realized it now. And it's almost like you were I was going to say you're on the verge of marriage. No, this might have been a marriage. It could have been a marriage that is in the process of being dismantled or living as married because it's just not worth it. Your heart's kind of broken. You're sad. You thought this might have been a possibility, but you thought there might have been a chance for maturity or growing together, and it's very one-sided here. We got a page and we got the 9. This is like a baby, and this is like a seasoned warrior. So, what else for Cancerian? I'm sorry, Cancer. This is you adjusting to your new norm. There's freedom. There's strength and freedom and resiliency here, but there's also heartache because of an ending that was a long time coming, and it's you knowing that it's over, and there's some sadness in that. But we got the 2 cups here. This is that perspective that you'll be getting, but not until after this. I'm sorry. I think the unexpected element here, the surprise, is that you're actually throwing in the towel instead of making it work like you always did before. I think that's the shift for you, is that you just don't want to do this anymore. What else for Cancer? But I gotta say, on the other side of it, I mean, we start off with, you know, and then we got the Magician, we got the Queen of Wands, and we got the Strength here. Though that's no slouch. That is someone that after this, you know, after going through this, all of a sudden we're out there having fun, making things happen. And we had this potential all along. That's why we were able to hold the relationship together. Because you can make you can make chicken salad out of chicken, you know. But this gets transmuted to you starting to do for yourself. And you being in control and balance. We got that infinity symbol. And we got that infinity symbol here with the Magician. And this is all about you shifting the focus of trying to make it work. And how is it going to happen? To bringing things into balance for yourself. Infinity symbol there also. Infinity symbol. Wow, this is about control, self-preservation, control, perseverance. The willpower and the sheer will to drive things forward. Instead of trying to make a relationship work that was kind of dead in the water, this is about shifting that focus. And when you do, your life takes off. It's gonna be a busy month. No, but this is all of a sudden you're at the helm in your own life. Because things are brought back into balance and perspective is reached. And this transmutes from trying to figure out how this is going to work to making things work in your life because you're back at the helm. Balance is restored, dignity, self-respect. You're not in any hurry. You're in command and in control. Oh, all right, I'll take it. That's for Cancerian. Not too shabby, especially coming off the heels of heartache. Oh. About compromise and commitment, and it doesn't look like that was. It looks like that was the issue here: is compromise and commitment, and you might have been up for it. Perhaps this person was not. Again, with the pages, that beginning energy of something instead of, you know, being all in that kingly energy. Nope. That's for Cancer. This could be Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. This is that compromise, making that commitment, and. Is everything as it seems? And then this just jumped illuminate. Is everything as it seems? Things are going to be illuminated after you, with the heartache and going through it and getting some perspective and realizing a few things. You're going to be telling you, and be a few things you're going to find out. And it might be something you already know, but it's a different perspective. Like, hey, wait a second. They told me all along, look, I've done everything you wanted me to. Can I go do this now? But that's indicative of somebody that really doesn't want to be here, but they like the benefit of being here. Hey, they weren't really, you know what I mean? Like, it's that sort of thing. It's you having these epiphanies and realizations, not because they told you and you're discussing with them, but because you're on your own, you're thinking about things and coming to your own conclusion. We got 3 infinity symbols here. That is all about you becoming a master of your domain, of realizing things and taking back that power and being in control. As for achievement. Yeah, like I said, you're no, look at this. Queen of Wands, Magician, and Strength. Achievement, yeah. You're no slouch. You've just been throwing energy, good after bad, so to speak. You've been investing in this relationship that was kind of, like I said, dead in the water, just not going anywhere. You know, they just weren't into it. And once this is out of the way, then start to soar, but there's that disappointment. Nonetheless, there is that disappointment. I'm not trying to pretty up and being like, oh, you'll be fine. No. It's like you have to go through the valley of death before you get to that, which essentially is supposed to be like the Garden of Eden before things got weird. Like the blissful time before it got weird. Crikey. Self-care. 4 of Pentacles. Let go. It's time. Let go. This is the perfect partner here. We got 2 queens. This is probably, okay, so I could see the devotion because 2 queens, sincere friendship, right? So I could see the devotion and wanting to make it, you're a nurturer anyway, Cancer, and wanting to stick around in the name of loyalty and devotion and a caretaking, and you're a good partner, and it's time to let go. 4 of Pentacles reversed, let go. This is wasted energy because it's misplaced. This nurturing, stable, practical, providing energy needs to be redirected to you, because this is not, it's not landing in this situation. It's just not benefiting it. It's not working. I don't know why, but it's thrown good after bad. And this energy is best suited for self-care and reinvestment in yourself and what you want to do, and being at the helm in your own life and providing and being stable and trustworthy for yourself. Because that's what you were for this relationship, but it's no. Could be Capricorn. All right, so the good news is it's like, oh, this puts you back in the driver's seat and you're glad for it. And it's like, here you are, Magician, Queen of Wands, and the Strength card, you know, get out of the way. But nonetheless, there is that heartache. And I don't want to, you know, try to downplay that. But it could be the springboard for this. But this does need to be dealt with. And I do want to respect and honor that it's not like, oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's not. It's going to suck for a little bit. This comes out of it, which is awesome. It's going to feel awesome, but it probably sucks right now. All right. Self-care, perspective. And that's going to be the biggest thing, too. That's probably what's going to... Oh, God, I'm going to plug this in. Hold on a minute. Honestly, I think that's what's going to transmute this disappointment and this Three of Swords energy into this powerhouse with the Queen of Wands and the Strength card. Because there's going to be some things that you're going to realize. There's going to be some illuminating of, hey, wait a second. And I think that's going to be key in transmuting this disappointment and this frustration into, oh, well, that, you know, okay, now I understand. I'm not going to make that same mistake again. Furthermore, I've got everything at fingertips now, and I need to take advantage of that. I've been wasting all this energy on kind of trying to resurrect something that it's just, and I need to focus on myself now. And own achievements and progressing because I understand now dynamic. Okay, all right. So that's the end of it. I hope this sounds not too wonky for you. I hope this was helpful, Cancer. Please don't beat yourself up. Feel the feels, and then you're gonna come out on the other side here. But this might no shortcuts, okay? Because you don't want to end up back up here because you've been here enough already. You don't want to. But just everything's fine. Let's just get to getting. No, you gotta feel it. Okay, all right. I thank you for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.